Hello, this is Faith again from Faith and Books, and I'm just going to do a really quick on the fly kind of drive-by video like I did yesterday morning. And it seems the theme to these seem to be, dealing with nonfiction November and books I have a special relationship with. So yesterday it was Plastic: A Toxic Love Story, which took me down a whole different route in my thinking about my relationship with the environment and God and everything, even though it was a secular book. But this morning I was going to talk about something different because I often forget this fact, but I have contributed a chapter to a nonfiction book. For a long time, I was a homeschooler. I homeschooled for 21 years. And way back in 2011, which seemed to have been a big year for me with books, I contributed a chapter to this book called A Little Way of Homeschooling. It was put together by Susie and it was published by Hillside Education. If you go to Amazon, you can even look it up, and it's got really good reviews. I don't know if it's I don't know how much my chapter contributed, but I actually wrote a chapter. Here it is. That's me, Faith, about my family's homeschooling experience. It's a very kind of niche market. It's the Catholic press, and then a subset within that is the Catholic homeschooling public. But I think it's proven to be a pretty popular book, and I was friends. I've only met a couple of these ladies in real life, but I was friends with these other women who contributed to the book. So the way the book's set up is there's a couple of introductory chapters by Susie on the whole concept of homeschooling and unschooling and being Catholic. And then she just collected stories from 13 families, one of whom was my own. So 13 families discover Catholic unschooling. And so each person wrote a chapter and contributed. And I've known these ladies in here online for ages and ages. I met Leonie in person. Have I met any others? Only one. Well, anyway, I forget that I wrote this. And honestly, it's hard for me to go back and read what I wrote. For some reason, it kind of embarrasses me or something. I get very emotional, and so I forget that I did this. But it's been sitting on my shelf, and honestly, my favorite part of this whole book is the contribution at the end, even though I enjoy reading I enjoyed, when it came out, reading the other ladies' contributions. But I really enjoyed Susie Andres's husband wrote the Epilogue. He is a philosophy professor at Thomas Aquinas College in California. And he writes, writes briefly about the philosophical underpinnings of the concept of natural learning, of unschooling. So I really enjoyed his contribution to that because it really made me think, Aristotle said man by his nature desires to know, and that's really the premise of unschooling, that learning is something we do as humans, and we just sort of need to set up the right atmosphere and then get out of the way and let our kids learn and grow and develop. So anyway, I just thought I'd tout my own little book that I contributed to. It was just kind of a bizarre experience, not bizarre in a bad way, but just something out of the blue. I'm not really an author, even though I am doing NaNoWriMo again, and I'm doing pretty well. I'm over 18,000 words right now, which is pretty good for someone who isn't that invested in it and took the weekend off. Anyway, so that's my little video for this morning while I'm waiting for my grandson to arrive. So talk to you later. Bye.